A zombie is nothing more than a body deprived of its conscious power of cerebration. For the O-Bot, there is no fate more desirable. In democratic voodoo, the zombie astral Tai Bon Ang is seized by the Ob Ampersand Ma, forcing the body and soul of the dead head into his service. The zombie can refuse no task and is often used solely for physical labor at Acorn as a slave. Although portrayed as violent tax-to-spend elitist snobs, if one were to encounter a zombie, they would find them to be vacant, enslaved, pitiful creatures without the ability to harm anyone unless commanded to vote 3 or more times by their dim masters. You may have won, but someone lied during the whole campaign, and the tea bags represent no taxation without representation. So very takes to make it into some bogus thing. I'm sorry, but that's sick, but you and the media can misrepresent this all you want. It doesn't change the fact that very good people are doing this. And the rest of the country counts too. At least our press says so. That's okay, it's what makes America great. By the way, is that what you would say to the Iranian protesters? Why has PHO spent over $800,000 on lawyers to keep the birth certificate from being shown to the world? If it was valid, he'd love to show it. Did not Caligula make his horse a Roman senator? Well, not to be outdone, a true horse's ass now sits in the U.S. Senate. A day of absolute darkness and depravity. Washington has outdone Hollywood in this new level of depravity. Charles tells us plenty about himself by voting for the unconsciously incompetent Stuart Smalley. Unfortunately, he has an ever-increasing growing crowd, a crowd of cowardly, hat-in-hand, entitlement-wanting, handout-yearning, spoiled, something-for-nothing loony left. They will never understand that it took rugged individuals, not socialists or I-mean-mine nefarious individuals like Smalley, to make this country the most powerful, prosperous bastion of freedom the world has ever known.
Well, I see a silver lining in this otherwise dark cloud. Firstly, the election of Frankenstein was all about dissatisfaction with George Bush and had very little to do with Norm Coleman. Now Bush is gone. Mr. O0 has the con, but the ship of state is entering stormy waters of despair and the likes that Bush has never experienced. His was a tropical depression. This is going to be a full-blown hurricane. And sometime, probably by late 2013, Mr. Franken is going to be puking at the rail trying to hold on for dear life as the Democratic vessel begins to capsize on him because there will be a new commander on the bridge having taken over in 2012.
It's pretty depressing. We need to get the Minutemen busy recruiting in every Middlesex village and town and storm the Bastille! Or something. I just keep praying that Americans will wake up before we end up in a police state. At that point, I'm leaving. My passport is valid and I'm too old to have my things confiscated, including my meager Social Security. They come out of the woodwork like hungry termites in defense of Smalley. The dumber the Liberal candidate, the hotter they defend him. He's a washed-up comedian and a washed-up Air America announcer hack. The corrupt Acorn, aka COI, cheated. That's right, cheated in the election. Acorn, aka COI, is under investigation for voter fraud. That's the liberal way.